Melodic intonation therapy is used as an intervention for adults with non-fluent aphasia. The aphasia is characterized by a left hemisphere stroke and an intact right cerebral hemisphere. Typically, individuals that are good candidates for this intervention present with poorly articulated speech, inability to sing at least some words of familiar songs, and relatively intact auditory comprehension. Melodic intonation therapy is effective in this population because the right hemisphere of the brain is involved in melody and rhythm. Therefore, incorporating these skills recruits additional cortical space and would lead to a positive outcome. The functional goals of this intervention are to improve the expressive language of the participant with a focus on increasing the length and complexity of utterances. There are 5 levels to a session in this intervention. First, the clinician demonstrates the intonation by humming and then producing the intoned phrase while hand tapping with the participant. So if the target phrase for this section is, "How are you?" First I would go, and then I would say it again out loud and hand tap along with the participant. So it would be, "How are you?" In the next step, the participant and the clinician produce the intoned target simultaneously while hand tapping. So together with my client, I would say, "How are you?" The next step of melodic intonation therapy is that the participant and the clinician will produce the intoned target with the clinician fading out to allow the participant to complete it independently. So with my client, together we would go, "How are," and I would let them complete the target phrase. In the next step, the participant repeats the phrase immediately after the clinician. So first I would model, "How are you?" and I would have the client repeat directly after me. Finally, the last level is that the clinician will ask a probe question to elicit the independent production of the target phrase. Each of these levels would be repeated multiple times. If the client was unable to move up a level, the prior level could be repeated further. Prompts and feedback for these participants could remark on how well they are speaking, improvements in their rhythm and intonation. Feedback could ask for them to think about the intoned pattern and really focus on raising their voice at the end of the targeted phrase. Melodic intonation therapy has been proven to have a positive impact on the expressive language in individuals with non-fluent aphasia.